Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Manuel. We begin tonight in Tioga County, where police say arson is to blame for a fire that left multiple horses dead. It happened at a barn located near the horse racing track. State police say there is a suspect in custody and the investigation is ongoing. We go now to Sonia Ellison, who has been following this developing story.
It's like 7 in the morning and I hear there's a fire, and then I realized it was the horse barn and I was like, oh my God.
State police confirmed the Tioga Downs barn fire that killed multiple racehorses this morning is arson. Though a suspect is in custody, this investigation is ongoing.
Several fire crews, including Waverly and Nichols fire departments, arrived at the barn fire early this morning along with state and local police. People in the area are shocked.
And I don't even know any of the horses. I don't work with any of those horses, but it was still not a fun thing at all to watch because nobody could go in and do anything. Like the smoke, as soon as you walked up to it, you couldn't even see in there.
The fire broke out near the vendor entrance in Barn F. The flames resulted in an extensive loss of both animals and property. One person was transported for burns and an evaluation. Officials did not confirm the name of the suspect, and they're also not saying how many horses died.
I heard anywhere from 12 to 30.
Security did not allow anyone near the site, and state troopers were standing by all day. Tioga County and State Fire were also on scene investigating.
Since the facility is how it is and the things that are here, I think that they should have better security here.
Many have concerns about this arson case.
They should take different measures to make it a bit better, especially after this.
And there are still plenty of questions.
And it was really heartbreaking for a lot of people, and I feel bad for the families and everything that owned the horses and that stayed at that barn, because that was a horrible thing for anyone to see, let alone if you know it's your horses in there.
The community hopes to get some answers as the investigation into the tragic barn fire continues. Sonia Ellison, Big Fox News, Nichols.
The Steuben County Sheriff's Office has confirmed the death of a missing Corning woman. She was found Tuesday morning in the town of Hornby. Though police are not disclosing the woman's identity or the cause of death, they have referred to the death as unattended. Law enforcement say an autopsy was ordered and this investigation is ongoing. The stage was small, but the knives were sharp. Last night's Republican presidential debate in Miami saw some tense exchanges, while the frontrunner for the nomination once again steered clear. Doug Luzader has more from Washington.
Former President Trump was not on the stage last night, but he was on the warpath as the other leading Republicans often lashed out at one another. As the debate wrapped up, there were smiles on stage, but just minutes earlier, it wasn't so pleasant. The most talked about moment, an exchange between Nikki Haley and Vivek Ramaswamy about Chinese-owned TikTok.
In the last debate, she made fun of me for actually joining TikTok while her own daughter was actually using the app for a long time. So you might want to take care of your family first.
Leave my daughter out of your voice.
Here's the truth.
You're just
the easy
scum.
answer.
You're just scum, she said. And while much of this debate centered on foreign policy, there were divisions over the war in Ukraine.
We must stand with all of those that are standing up for democracy and freedom in this world. Federal funding is a privilege, not a right.
Senator Tim Scott took universities to task for fostering anti-Semitism. There was also a post-mortem on Tuesday's off-year election results, which largely favored Democrats and abortion rights.
I think of all the stuff that's happened to the pro-life cause, they have been caught flat-footed on these referenda.
2024 is our final battle.
Former President Donald Trump, the clear GOP frontrunner, hasn't taken part in any of the debates, and he did some counter-programming last night with a rally just a few miles away.
I'm standing in front of tens of thousands of people right now, and it's on television. That's a hell of a lot harder to do than a debate.
And while this debate stage had 5 participants, the next one is likely to be smaller. We expect the 4th debate to take place next month in Alabama. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
The House investigation into Hunter Biden is picking up steam. Republicans are demanding that the president's son testify by mid-December. Griff Jenkins has more from Washington.
Now that the dust has settled on Capitol Hill after the scramble for a speaker, House Republicans are ramping up their investigation into the Bidens.
The money has flowed all the way to the Biden family.
House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer announcing Wednesday that he's subpoenaed Hunter Biden, the president's brother, James Biden, and associate Rob Walker. Hunter's lawyer telling Fox News, quote, "This is yet another political stunt aimed at distracting from the glaring failure of Representative Comer and his MAGA allies to prove a single one of their wild and now discredited conspiracies about the Biden family."
After 9 months, they didn't produce any evidence of a crime.
Comer's move could be a step in House Republicans' push to try to press impeachment charges against the president, and they are leaving no stone unturned. The committee also asking other members of the Biden family, including Beau Biden's widow, Hallie Biden, to talk, but those requests are voluntary.
Arguably, she could incriminate him. I suspect that she and others in the Biden family will resist these requests for their testimony.
And in a totally separate case, the president's son sued the former CEO of Overstock.com Wednesday, claiming the executive falsely accused him of corrupt dealings with Iran. In Washington, Griff Jenkins, Fox News.
Lights, camera, Hollywood is ready to be back in action. The actors and the studios have reached a deal. The deal ends the 118-day-long SAG-AFTRA strike. The negotiating committee sent a message to its membership stating the strike is officially suspended as of 12:01 a.m. Thursday. Actors could go back to sets soon, getting productions up and running, and also soon start promoting their projects. A few deals will be offered for veterans across the Southern Tier this Veterans Day. This weekend, Corning Museum of Glass offers a free opportunity to make a glass sculpture for all veterans and active military personnel as a Veterans Day thank you to those who served. Tops Friendly Markets also has a deal for vets, an 11% discount off of a total order to all veterans and immediate family members at any Tops location this Saturday. Veterans get a free meal at Applebee's on Veterans Day, and Dunkin' offering all veterans and active duty personnel a free complimentary donut on Veterans Day. We have your complete forecast next, plus this.
The Great American Smokeout event is around the corner. I'm Jackie Ibanez with a look at the health and financial benefits medical experts say should encourage more people to quit smoking. That's all straight ahead.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Good evening and happy Thursday. The weekend is ahead of us, but we are still tracking some changes. Now, we were dealing with some pleasant sunshine, but cloud cover was increasing as we work towards that sunset time frame. We'll see some partial clear skies through the overnight, dropping down to about 39 degrees. But what we'll notice as we head into our Friday is that we'll continue some of these mild conditions. Not as warm as today, but still expected to at least see some seasonable highs. As what's going to start to usher in some slight cooling is that we will have some breezy winds out of the west during the day, and then what's going to force in some cooler temperatures will come with a dropping frontal system from Friday night into Saturday that will lead to a slightly cooler weekend with times of dealing with some cloud cover as well as some hit or miss precipitation. Before as we head into next week, we will be working into some quiet weather as well as rebuilding those temperatures back towards more of a warmer trend. Now, as we look into our Friday, not too bad of a day. Partly cloudy skies, so mixing in times of some sunshine and cloud cover with a high of about 54 degrees, so just slightly above normal there as that normal high sits at about 51 degrees. Now, what we'll note when it comes down to those winds is that we are going to be keeping more of a westerly wind at times. You have a little bit of a morning southerly flow there, but by the afternoon, where it does increase up to about 20 miles per hour, it is stronger out of the west and then is going to steer out of the north as we head into Saturday. And as that northerly wind pushes in, that's going to be a cold front, and there is going to be some potential of triggering some lake effect rain and snow showers. showers. Now, much of the day Friday, again, cloud cover does decrease. There's some sunshine around, but then as we head into Friday night into Saturday morning, you can see some isolated areas of some precipitation drops across the area. Minor to little to no accumulation, I should say, is expected, but it is at least going to induce some cloud cover, as well as note that it is going to start to pull in some of those cooler temperatures. So as we start off, as mentioned, Friday is mild, mid-50s, not too bad. It looked like morning cloud cover, afternoon sunshine, pretty pleasant conditions. Now as that frontal system drops in, it will start to push those cooler temperatures in. Now we still are going to see about those low 30s for an overnight low, which is about normal for this time of the year, but cloud cover is what's going to be moving in with some of that hit or miss precipitation, and then that's going to keep temperatures steady, only increasing by about 10 to 15 degrees, where we'll hold our highs into those mid-40s. So not a frigid air mass, but it is going to usher in some of that cooling, and then with the lack of sunshine and that hit or miss precipitation, that will also usher in that slight cooler feel. Now as we roll throughout the weekend, note that it does stay calm, those winds out of the north, but they do stare out into the north. Now into Monday through Tuesday, we will see some active switches in the winds, and that's going to steer those temperatures with some blustery conditions there. Monday 51, Tuesday back down to those 40s, but what we'll see is that there is a steadier weather pattern that's going to move in late next week that's going to be associated with a dominant high pressure system to bring sunshine and warming.